Hi guys, welcome to Intent. I'm your host Ronlyn, and in celebration of Mother's Day and Father's Day, I have Andrew and Elseda Rasemene that are going to be taking us through the parenting journey, the ups, the downs, the unexpected, the favorite moments. Welcome to the podcast. How are you guys doing?
Thank you so much for having us. We are good. The weather's good to us today.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having us, like she said already. And we're excited to do this. Like we said, it's our first time, but I'm looking forward to it. So,
Okay. So we're going to start with a little bit of an icebreaker because I can tell you guys are a bit nervous. So I know I said I'm going to do ladies first, but for the icebreaker, I'm going to go with Andrew, just to shake things up. Just describe fatherhood in one word.
in one word, I would say it's intent. Like it's got a lot of intensity to it. Yeah, meaning especially because with us, we've got twins. So, the intensity is just always like 24/7, 365. We just get a little break when they're at school. But apart from that, it's just the energy throughout the day. It tests you a lot, because I'm a cricket player and I have to come home and try balance the two. I think it pushes me a lot, especially with the fact that I've got twins. So the drive for me is the fact that I've got a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. What's the word, Pubs?
Balance.
Supply. No, not balance. Like if I have to buy a toy, then I have to buy a toy for two, all of that. Everything just comes. So it's like high stakes for me. So, but I enjoy it a lot. It's with these challenges and flaws and that. It's very testing, but I say very enjoyable as well.
Yeah. It's like you always have to. It's a good thing when they have buy one get one free, I guess.
Yes.
Because then it makes it easier.
Yes.
Unless the one twin is very different to the other twin and they're like, no, I don't want that. Then it gets a bit challenging. So you have to be creative. You have to think on your feet. I only have one son, so I have no idea. If there were two of him, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Elseda, and for you, motherhood in one word?
It's a roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Some days are up, some days are down. Some days you're holding on for dear life, because what's that? Yeah. And then with every turn, like you sort of get to sort of even and go smooth and like, okay, I've got this. And then it goes again, and then you're like, hey, I didn't see that coming. Especially when you got to like twos, the fours. The fours. Wow. So it's definitely a roller coaster. So it has ups and downs and lows and highs, but definitely worth the ride. Every single minute, second, hour, worth it. I would do it again.
If it's one, then maybe.
It's a hint. Sorry? I didn't hear that.
I said if it's one, then maybe, but if it's two,
We're in trouble then.
I don't know.
So, Intense Rollercoaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parenthood, Intense Rollercoaster. And I'm sure a lot of the listeners that do have twins will find it to be true that it is an intense roller coaster. But the advantage is when they are grown and when they're adults, one will be taking care of Andrew, the other one will be taking care of Elseda, at the same time. Then one doesn't have to now split and be like, okay, I have to see to mom, I have to see to dad. No, they can just be like, you, that one, me, that one,
They literally have their favorites, I think. So there's one twin that really likes his dad, it's stuck to him like glue, and there's one that's really stuck to me like glue. It's weird.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice because, as moms, we like the primary caregiver normally by default.
Mm.
So it's nice that, one has a favorite and then the other one has a favorite. It's not the same person. So it kind of alleviates, I don't want to say stress, but that pressure of having both of them, demanding you.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the one that loves his dad too much, more than anything. It's like, Mommy, where's daddy? I want my dada. He's like, okay, I'm here. He's like, no, I don't want you. Where's my dada?
But also vice versa.
Yes.
The other one, like yesterday, we went with the brother, and then he didn't want to go with us. But then we were gone for like 2 hours, and then we came home because he loves his mom so much. When he came home, then he said he was crying and stuff because we were gone for long, but he didn't want to come with us. So what can we do with that? Yeah.
On that note, Elseda, what is one of the unexpected experiences with having your twins?
The whole thing from start to finish. It's unexpected. Firstly, because having a twin pregnancy, are you having a twin pregnancy already? From start to finish, it was just unexpected because having a twin pregnancy, specifically because they were in the same placenta, only separated by a membrane. Already my pregnancy was high risk from the get. So it's like being more careful with how you walk, how you would just carry yourself, right? Then it's just the random testing because closer to the time when you're going to give birth, you're now going to the doctor every week. You're not driving, they put you off of work. Already like, okay, this is, and now your belly is not like a normal belly. It's like out there and you walk like an elephant and it's just like, okay. Then you Google yourself crazy with like things that could go wrong, right? You hear of how one twin eats up another twin or absorbs them, or if they become outside of a certain weight towards each other, then they have to evacuate. Then what does that mean for you? It's just crazy. Like your mind will just. And then when they come out, yeah, no, it's the best feeling ever. But also because they were in one placenta. When they opened the placenta, they had a limited amount of time to release each of them or to take each of them out. So that was also like, what is that? Please, doctor, don't talk to me. Like, take the other one out, And then, yes. And then it's like, yeah, having new people that you don't know what a cry means. We went from not knowing what a cry means to now knowing what each and every cry means, how they even talk. Their voice pitching is different. Their personalities are very different. So yes, from start to finish, bang shapa trauma. Trauma.
But I'm sure through that unexpected experience, now it's kind of made you know some of the parts that you weren't familiar with in terms of yourself. Because I'm sure you never knew you were capable of this. So it's opened up a whole new form of identity for you.
Yes, there's parts of myself I didn't know existed. Like I know God gives you like that much patience, right? Then when you have children, like that patience needs to go like us, So yeah, I never knew I had so much patience. For sure.
And now it's doubled.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yes. It's like literally thin, but it's there still.
Like the whole experience itself, like from the start. I remember when she told me that we're getting twins. At first, I didn't believe it, and then we went to the hospital. And then when I first heard the heartbeat, yeah, then I heard one, and then they said to me, "There's another one," and then I nearly fainted on the spot when they told me that we got twins. But yeah, I think the experience itself has been very good. But what really comes to me is that how they negotiated for like now. Like they make everything just seem, I don't know, to them it makes sense, like I call it a negotiation skill. Like when we at the shops and then they'll buy one toy, and like I said yesterday, and then he'll tell you, "Oh, you got to buy another one for my brother." Yeah, I'm a cricketer, and I deal with contracts and that and all of that. But I think when it comes to them, it's just a thing of, yeah, they just know how to really get you spending money. That's a start to that. So
So
yeah,
now
mine
you
is
have
not
to
any.
work around it.
Yeah, yeah. So
But then it's also teaching you another skill, because now they're negotiating on another level. I mean,
yeah,
they're also pulling at your heartstrings, and now you have to kind of work around it. So I feel like it's an added strength on your part.
yeah, true.
Mm.
Makes me better because now I must negotiate with them and make it make sense to them at four. It's tough.
Yes, 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 it is. As a dad, the way us women process parenthood is very different to you guys, because the kid or the kids grow inside of us. So just in terms of like what Elseda was speaking about, knowing what every cry means, it almost comes automatic to us compared to you dads. Into how is that
So,
transition into fatherhood been? Like in terms of you guys process parenthood differently, or y'all come into parenthood differently. Just like what Elseda was speaking about in terms of knowing what each cry means. That comes more automatic
yeah,
to us because we have birthed the child. So how has that transition been for you?
I don't know. I think for dads, like we're not more like you mentioned in the start that we don't do the day-to-day mostly of it. We're more in the field. For myself, because I'm a cricket player. But then I think when I come home and I still have to obviously change into a cricket player to being a dad.
Mm.
It means whether it be putting your phone down, just being there for them. But I think the
Mm.
partnership we have, I think, sorry that I'm laughing alone. I think she does most of the work, obviously.
Mm.
And then I just do the touch-ups, but we find a way to make it work. I hope.
Mm.
It's working for 4 years
You
so
hope.
far. So.
That's fine.
Okay. And you also mentioned in terms of the twins, being very good at negotiating.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that, it's an added strength on your part. What else have your kids taught you?
I think as a whole, with the different characters in themselves, it teaches you a lot of patience because obviously you can't teach one kid the same, or you can't treat them the same way. You gotta find a way
Mm.
to really deal with each other according to their characteristics. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think the biggest thing is patience, and
Mm.
yeah, there's a drive in terms of just life in general. They made me better
Mm.
in the sense that I want to do better for them. Um, yeah, we try to give them the best now while we're still building ourselves in that. But we make sure we prioritize them at all times. So yeah.
Mm. Okay. You mentioned patience, and I know Elseda also mentioned patience. So for you, Elseda, um, you did mention that, they have taught you to be much more patient. And I know Andrew is like, yeah, I think on patience.
True.
What else? What else have your kids taught you?
To be kind. To be
Mm.
kind. So with the twins, you never know how they're gonna wake up. Like they could wake up now in the worst mood ever. And if you
Mm.
aren't like, morning, my boy, how did you sleep? You'll be having crying the
Mm.
whole morning. So how we engage with them. Um,
Mm.
they're very two different people. And as Andrew said, we have to not compare them. That's very important, especially with twins, not to compare them, but to treat that
Mm.
one. So one has a very soft heart and is very introverted, and the other one is very extroverted, very vocal. So to
Mm.
treat each one according to who they are and not sort of like the other one. At times they do swap
Mm.
personalities. Yeah, so the one who's quiet can now not be the one who's vocal. It goes, the interchanges a lot. But definitely to be kind, not only to myself, but also to be them, because you can get very frustrated. You're on a phone call with your friend or a relative, you're still trying to cook, and then your son, one of them or both of them, are busy hitting you with the water gun in the kitchen, you know. You don't scream to that. You sort of just be kind. Yes, remember they are still learning as we are learning. Yes. Definitely, I'm a kind person. No.
That's a very big thing to acknowledge, because I know with us parents, kind wouldn't come to mind. That wouldn't be the first thing. Because as you said, you're trying to cook, then you have one child trying to spray you with a water gun, you're on the phone. So in terms of being kind, not only to others, but to yourself, we often put ourselves last as parents. So yeah, that's very big for you to acknowledge that they've taught you to be a kinder person. Double kindness, because you have twins. So double kindness. So with
And I think that
mentioning
also,
that,
for us, it goes with
yes.
saying, for us, it goes with saying sorry, because our one son will be like, say sorry. Daddy, you hurt me, or mommy, you hurt me, say sorry. And like, you will acknowledge your wrongs and then apologize. And so they're helping us also look into us and acknowledge what we are doing wrong and do it better.
I love that. Because last year, so the podcast started last year. So it started last year, April. So the first 2 seasons were on motherhood and fatherhood. And funny enough, one of the parents actually mentioned that in terms of the way we do parenting, it's called gentle parenting. I know some people think gentle parenting is just letting the child do whatever they like, when actually it's not that. It's also them holding us accountable, just as you mentioned, them telling us how they feel, and that, we should apologize because we wronged them. It's very different to how most of us grew up. And it's just about progression in terms of parenthood, and also in terms of also making them know that, it's okay to tell mommy and daddy, that we hurt you, or that whatever we did or said didn't make you feel good. And for us to acknowledge how we behave. I think that that's very, very important. And with all that you said, in terms of, them teaching you patience, kindness, what is one of your favorite moments with your twins, Elseda?
My children really, really love water. Any kind of, whether it's in a small little bucket, whether it's the ocean, whether it slides. They're like, oh, mommy, water. And then they'll be putting on the swimming costume quick, fast. And now they have a floaty costume. So it has the floaties built in, and they have the floaties on here. So they feel like they can swim like Michael Phelps. They're like, look at me. Look at me. Yeah. And then they go backwards and they lie on their backs. So you're like, oh, wow, he's such a pro. Both of them are like, look at me. So anytime in any water that they're in, especially the ocean, especially slides, because remember that one that I thought it was super fast. My kid was like, no. At 4, they're like, no, again, both of them. Again. So definitely anytime when they're in water, it's a good moment. You must know it's going to be a good day. Yeah.
So they're very confident and adventurous.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Who do they take after with the adventure? Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you were gonna be like both of you guys. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
more me, no lies there. But for me also, excuse me, it's the fact that they're like explorers, and whatever they do, they're always teaming up together. So that's, I think, my favorite moments for them is every time they do stuff together. Yeah, like we had a parents meeting like a week ago, and then one of the sons was hit somebody at school. But I think because I told him if somebody hits him, then the two of them must obviously hit that person. And yeah, I don't know if that's good parenting, but
That is so
yeah, so the
real.
teacher, so yeah, the teacher said to me, "Look, I don't think at 4 we should be teaching them that, so maybe we should just change it a little bit."
Mm,
Yeah, but for that, it made me proud a lot because then it just shows that
mm.
they want to do stuff together. Even when they play cricket, they're into basketball, they're trying everything, and know that they just do it together all
Okay.
the time. Yeah, I think that they definitely get it from me. Yeah.
Yes.
Thousand.
Yes.
Mm.
So you
So
mentioned that, they explorers, they into, you can say, different types of sports. But would you be okay if they weren't very interested in your line of sports?
yeah, obviously at the end of the day, I
Uh,
want to give him, like I said in the start, I want to give him the best. And if the best don't
mm,
include playing sports, I think I still have to go out of my way to make sure that, they got the foundation for whatever it is that they want to venture into, and they'll still have,
mm,
through and through. So, yeah,
mm.
it would be nice if they
Mm.
play cricket.
Yes, a bonus.
Okay. Okay. Andrew,
Yes.
what is something that a parent or guardian has taught you that has impacted the way you parent?
Um, for me, it's just yeah, it's got a lot to take. I grew up with my grandmother. My dad is still
Okay.
alive, but we didn't grow up together. But for me, I just think it's just the whole thing of just being consistent and just always show up, regardless of the
Mm,
weather. Yeah, just make sure you just show up. That's the number one thing because I think they value that the most. Whether you got money or not, I think they just that presence of you being there all the time is just what just makes the world for them. So yeah, I think that's,
mm,
that's the one thing for me.
mm. Okay. Elseda?
Like I said, I was also raised by a single mom. Um, she always said that with education, it can take us far, no matter if we are in Dubai, if you are in Egypt, or if you are in Australia. That's the one thing she's imparted on us. And I believe it's something that we're on the same page about. As long as the boys get the education, then they can do whatever it is that their hearts desire.
Mm,
So education, education, education. Yes.
mm,
That's the one thing that we can
mm,
impart on them that will stay with them forever, that they can use even when they are working in the older and we're no longer there.
mm, mm, mm. Education is a very Education is a very good foundation because even if you have passions, other passions, there's always something you can fall back on. It's a very stable foundation. I always say it's very good for you to have a solid education, and even if you want to venture out, whether it's in the creative space or something that doesn't really recommend a formal education, it's always good to have that backup plan because of the world that we live in, you never know. And even in terms of what Andrew said, being consistent, showing up, because that's what us as humans remember. You know, we don't remember much of the material stuff, but we really remember who showed up there. The emotion that comes with that. It it gives us a good foundation and stepping into the future. Um, so I just wanted to sum up what both of you said in terms of consistency and education. It goes hand in hand because you have to make sure you're mentally okay, emotionally okay. And then in the world that we live in, you have to make a living, so you need that education to move forward.
Yeah.
So one goes with the other. Okay, so Andrew, you mentioned um, your kids taught you patience, that in terms of what you would like to impart onto them or what's very meaningful for you, what was imparted onto you is consistency. But no one is perfect. We all have flaws as parents. So what's one thing that you've worked on through your years of parenting or something that you would like to work on?
Um, I think obviously with me being away with the cricket stuff, it's just taken a bit
Okay.
of time away from me and the kids. So that's one thing I want to work on. Obviously, give them more time in the family. But I think as a whole, I think parenting is a team sport.
Mm,
It takes all of us, to be better. I think that the way we
mm,
treat the kids is also how they'll start behaving. So yeah, I think it's a one way of shaping them. So if me and the wife
mm,
can work together, I think we can, whatever challenges comes to us, yeah, we can tackle it, especially when it comes to the kids. Like I said, whether it be money problems, whatever it is, as long as we together and we stand side by side, in terms of them, then I think we'll be fine. I don't know if that makes sense.
mm, mm, mm. It does. It does. It does make sense. So you emphasizing support
Yeah.
and partnership as a form of support. So is that one of the ways you cope with, life's pressures and also parenting? What is the other forms of support?
Uh, I just think it just goes like with when she comes back from work, oh, I'm tired and I can still make tea for her type thing. The parenting
Aww.
don't just revolve around just the kids itself. Still have
Mm,
to consider each other's days, all of that. It got a lot in it. So if we can manage to tackle the small stuff, I think that when it comes to the kids, then it just makes it smoother. Yeah.
mm.
So
Mm. I like how you like, all that stuff, make a tea. Like it's just like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. A lot of men, it's not like that in everyone's household or in their lifestyle or the way they perceive marriage or parenthood to be. You heard I was like, when you're like, make a tea. I was like, oh,
even though sometimes she
it's
waits
the
two
little
months,
thing.
but it's fine.
Sorry,
I said
I
even though
didn't hear.
sometimes she waits 2 months for a cup of tea, but it's fine. We make it
The
work.
fact Yes, the fact
Yeah,
is the thought was there and you
yeah,
actioned it. That's what
yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, Sita, for you, how do you cope with, life's pressures, motherhood with the twins?
So our story is a bit heavy in that when the twins were 2 months old, my mom passed away. So now I have
I'm
these
so
new
sorry.
babies that I don't know what to do with, right? And it's like, okay, they're looking at me, I'm looking at them. We don't know we're doing.
Mm,
And then 1 year passed, then we were fine. By grace, we were fine. 2 years passed, and now we're at 4, almost at 5. And it's definitely by the grace of God, number one. Number two, I could sort of do it sort of like this. When I'm heavy, I have a lot going on, then Andrew is sort of keeping us afloat, like with
mm,
everything. Getting to the boys, making sure everything's fine. And then when he's maybe away or he's overwhelmed, then it's me. So we sort of
mm,
balance each other with dealing
mm,
with sort of where we came from, because it did look dire at the time, but now we are very confident in that we have a working way. The
mm,
second one is that my children, when they are trying to kick a ball or hit a hoop or hit a ball with a bat, they get frustrated when they get it wrong. They're like, I can't do it, mama. And then they throw it, the item, the ball or the bat. And then we're like, don't give up, boy. Don't give up. Try again. Try again.
mm,
That lesson to us is that, like, just because you got it wrong first or one time or two times, you need to keep on trying until you get it right. So that also forces us to help them practice. So the one really like
mm,
kicking the ball. So now because even at Sunday school, they said, ma'am, your kid can kick a ball, and you could tell that he was proud, and then when they get it right, that, yes, I did it, they consider themselves,
mm,
because it's like an achievement. It's an achievement in the whole house. So they learn from each other like that, and we help them learn, and they help us learn. So holistically, try again until you get it right. And the achievement and just the pride, like a good pride, like, yes, I did it on my own, Yes, like if Aiden, one of our boys, is like, his dad was asking him, when are you going to learn to tie your shoelaces? And then he was like, but you never taught me, And then when he teaches him, when he does teach him, then he'll say, who taught you how to tie your shoes? And he'll say very confidently with his chest out, my daddy, very, very proud. So it's those little things that just, it's overwhelming. And it helps each other. And also spend time together as a family, because now if we're learning how to hit and kick a ball, we're doing it as a family. So there's no time for like tears and because you missed it, because we're going to try and we're going to work on it until you get it.
So just persevering through it all by God's grace.
Yes. 1000%.
And the little things do matter, because the little things add up to big moments. So it's very important for us to acknowledge and appreciate the little things or the little moments that we have, because to somebody else, they may not be as small as we may think or perceive it to be. That is true.
I saw this video that says that it gives you 24 hours in a day. If you are sleeping for 8 of those hours, right? You're commuting or getting ready for 2 hours in the morning, but it's not quality time. If the kids are at school between 8 and 5 and you are at work between 8 and 5, they're going to bed around 8 or 9, it means that you essentially only have 2 hours a day. Quality time. That's a little time. It's little. If you think about like a normal 5-day week, it's a little time. 2 hours a day of just quality time with children. And we try to sort of utilize that time by having dinners together, sitting and talking about our day, and them showing us their muscles. Look at my guns, mommy. Yes, and just chatting. And that quality time is needed. We only have literally those 2 hours before sleep time, and then we do it all again tomorrow.
And those are the moments they're going to remember. They really are going to remember, because I remember Andrew was speaking about him, being away regarding his work. Sometimes he has to be away. And even for parents that are with their kids every single day, not everyone makes use of those 2 hours that you were speaking about, Elseda, to just sit and just be present. So, yeah, I'm so glad that you guys make, work around your schedules and actually utilize those 2 hours. I didn't know that we only have 2 hours quality time, but now it's very useful to know that. I didn't hear that.
Me too. He's like, me too.
So it goes back to, no matter what your schedule is, if you are intentional and you want to make the time, you will. It just goes back to that.
Indeed.
Just based off of what you were saying about the 2 hours. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Elseda, what is something that you feel you could work on to help you in this area of parenting?
Put down my phone more. Probably work a little bit less at night. One weekend. Yeah, I need to work on that. Because they're like, Mommy, you working again?
Yeah.
And they even know where to switch off my PC. So they'll switch. Or they'll change and watch Coco. They call anything that's Coco. Any cartoon is a Coco. So any Coco, they'll watch it on the. So yeah, they I work too much. And they expressly said I work too much. Yeah.
Aww. Did you try and explain to them like the purpose of you working and that you are, working on not working so much?
Yeah. They ask 1,000 questions of why, but it's not fair.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, they're gonna grow up and then they're gonna realize life is not fair. You have to make the time, as you said, the 2 hours. You have to intentionally have a calendar. I never knew that we would be those adults where we actually have a calendar and we're actually like on my phone, not just the PC. I actually I put in, okay, today this, that. Even if it's not work related, even if it's on the weekend, I have to put, else I'll forget.
And I think also little people hold you accountable for your words, for your actions. But you said, but you did, they definitely hold you accountable. You promised, or you pinky swear. So you have to definitely keep your word, hold on to your promises, and do what you say.
Yes, yes, yes. You're also teaching them to keep their word and the meaning behind that and the consequence behind not keeping their word.
Yes. And that is a tumultuous area in our home. Because no, I didn't do it, it was him. Or our one son is like, no, it was the cat. And you're like, so the cat opened the tap.
Yeah. Back to negotiations.
Yeah, more negotiations.
Right.
You. But that shows they're very smart. They're very, very smart.
Yeah.
And they're going to make you guys also more smart because now you have to work around, their thinking.
Yes. Yeah. And I think sometimes they are thinkers. Remember, they have two brains that work as one brain. Both our brains don't work as one brain like theirs do, right? So
No, thank you for having us. Yeah.
it was a good chat though. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you to Andrew and Elseda Rasemene for being on the podcast and sharing their parenthood journey on parenting their twins. Double the blessing. And thank you for inspiring us to be consistent in our parenting and also to lay the foundation of education, which is also very important, especially in today's times. We can follow our passion, but, depending on our life path, some of us, need something to fall back on. So it's always good to have that foundation of education, and let's be consistent in showing up, not only for ourselves, but also for our kids by being kinder to ourselves, because, we're teaching them through our actions. So thank you so much for being on the podcast. And thank you to the listeners for listening to this episode of Intent. Till next time, let's continue living with intent. Bye.
Yeah.